2006 E350. Excuse me. Here's another common issue with these E-Class. This upper radiator hose, and you can see right there all the corrosion right there. Has a tendency to have a bad O-ring inside. See, this is the new hose here, and this O-ring right here, this guy right here, will get contaminated with all kinds of junk. See, like this inside here, and it'll start to dribble. As you can see right here on the bottom, I don't know if you can make out all that corrosion from all the leaking coolant, right? So once that coolant drips down below a certain level, it'll set off different codes. In my case, I don't remember what it was. I think it was a 2057. I don't remember, something like that. It'll throw off different codes, and you think there's something else going on, and you start buying parts and this and that, and next thing you know, you up to your neck in parts, and you're still having an issue. But it's fairly easy to replace. It's just a snap-on. I don't know if you can see right here, the ring right here is a snap-on. This part right here, I already took this off already. This part here, you take off this guy right here, right? And there's gonna be some clips. Those clips are right behind her, so you just want to get in there with a flathead screwdriver and carefully pry them off, because you don't want to crack this, because this is that hard type of plastic, right? And then you want to get behind here and carefully pry this clip off. I can't do it with one hand while holding the camera, but I'll put the camera down now and I'll pry it off so you can see what I'm talking about. Always have yourself a tray, right? So you can put all these little parts in there. That way you won't lose your parts. All right, with the clip off, keep in mind that this hose has been in here for a long time. There's a lot of corrosion in there, a lot of crud in there, so you have to some people, I forgot to mention this too, some people will drain it on the bottom. You really don't have to, because you're only gonna have this much of coolant in the liner here. So once you pull that off, you can catch it in this little container right here and you'll be all right. But it's gonna take a lot of wiggling and a lot of pulling, because this thing has been in there for a while. All right, so the hose is off. You can see there is gonna be some leakage, but like I said, you want to take this container right here, a small one that you can fit inside here, set it up under here. You can catch whatever comes out, and you're gonna end up with this much. So not that much. This is an extreme way of draining the coolant. You can go on the bottom and get dirty and pull it out, but up here is the same thing. It's fine, because we're only doing the top radiator hose, right? So but like I mentioned, see this part right here, see this O-ring? This is what jacks up the part right against the leak. See this right here? That's the O-ring that goes bad. Now you can buy just the O-ring. In this case, we elected to get the whole hose, the entire assembly right here, which is the whole hose from the dealer. That's an OEM dealer, by the way. Hose. Car does have 140,000 miles, so just replace the whole thing. So look inside here, that looks all right. And I'll clean all this junk up. But yeah, this is the culprit right here. If your hose is leaking, it's coming from this part right here. Look at that. That's even I don't know what that is right there, but it's jacked up. All right, so I'm gonna do this side here. And I forgot to mention too, these two clips right here that hold the hoses in. There's two different types of clips. This one here, I don't want to get them mixed up, but this one here, see how this tip is up here, and this one has two going down. Two going up on this one, and one going down, one going up on this one. This is the one that connects to the part of the radiator. That's critical, don't get them confused. And this is the one with the two prongs sticking up, is the one that goes closest to the thermostat. So that's really important. Keep that in mind. Right, so here's the part right here. Like I said, you are gonna get a little leakage. There's no biggie. And here's the part right here. This O-ring is still good. All right. Alright, so I'm gonna put this part back in before it continues to leak anymore. I gotta put the camera down. Remember what I said earlier, you gotta be careful. You make sure you use the right clip, which is this one right here. See, I did both face different directions. That's the one you want to use. I'm getting confused, and I dropped it like the a-hole that I am. All right, so this one goes on here, this side up here, right? All right, so like I mentioned to you earlier, you want to get in here and clean some of the stuff out in here. I already started cleaning some of it, but you want to get in there with a brass wire brush and try to scrub all this crud off here as best possible. All right, that way you don't run the risk of anything, any small pebbles or particles getting in between the housing here and the O-ring in there. All right, so everything's nice and cleaned up in here. It's not beautiful, but it's good enough for who it's for, at least. Another thing I forgot to mention to you is, see that clip that I pulled off earlier? You don't have to take it off completely, but I did, you know, just me being the a-hole that I am, I took it off. But all you gotta do is just pull it back out. I pulled it off because I like to clean inside there, get all that stuff cleaned out, make sure there's no debris inside there. But you really don't have to pull it completely off, just enough for the hose to slide out. But so yeah, this is all set now. This can go in there. See that little notch in there? See this little notch in here? This is gonna line up with this part right here. It's gonna go in. And there you go. And you're gonna put the other clip on. I can't do it with one hand, but you get the idea. Right, so the upper part of the hose is in already. These clips are a little tricky to get in. Well, like I said, I pulled them off because I wanted to clean around there, make sure there was nothing contaminating the clip in there. But if you just pull it out, you should be able to snap it back in. So, but it wasn't that hard to do. So now I'm gonna put this part in. Like I said, you gotta be careful with this clip right here too. Pull this down, and then get the little hose on there, which is this guy right here. Top off the coolant, add some coolant. I'm using the Xerox G05. It is certified for Mercedes. I've been using it for years. Some people say don't use it, use only certified Mercedes coolant from the dealer, but all you're paying for is for the packaging. I've been using this for years. You can see right there, it clearly says that it's made for Mercedes. You gotta make sure you get the G05 formula. I chose to get the 50/50. It's called Xerox, and it'll work. I've been using it for years, so it hasn't caused me any problems. So everything's running fine now. I'm just double checking the hoses here, make sure nothing's leaking here. Because if you put in these clips on the wrong way, it's gonna let you know real quick. This thing's gonna pop out either here or over here. But, everything's clipped on right. I had to use the whole bottle of that, the coolant, but oh, I got the heat up on high too, the heater on, so that can circulate through the heating system too. Open up the thermostat here too, right here. All right, so far so good. I'll keep an eye on it later on or whatever, but so far everything's all right. Again, this is the 206 E-Class E350. This is the upper radiator hose that leaks. So this is a common issue on these Mercedes. All right, so I hope this helps someone out.